back to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I'm Stockwell, continuing along with the Gathering of Juggalos 2024 artist interviews. This is Claas. You may know him as 1/3 of UGA with Buckshot and Boondocks, the Underground Avengers. You might know him as a solo artist. He rolls with LSP, Skillman, Insane Poetry, L's up to those guys. This is a 3:30 a.m. Late night. Both of us maybe for sure Claas too many drinks, me a few drinks. So anyway, it's still enjoyable. Appreciate you checking these out, everybody. I'll keep getting them out. Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I am Stockwell. This time I'm sitting down. Fuck you already. With
who?
With fuck you already.
Already.
All right. With Claas. CLAAS Claas. If you are completely unaware of who Claas is, he's gonna, in 120 seconds or so, describe who he is and what he does.
Alright. Fucking badass motherfucker. That's it.
See, but now we'll sit in silence for the next 116 seconds.
Yes. I only need 4 seconds to explain how fucking cool I am.
Alright. That's it?
Yeah.
Alright, I love it. For those that don't know, which I'm sure you don't, Claas was for real at my wedding. Okay, that's how far we go back. More than 20 years. I consider us great friends. So all bias is up front. But as I've done on 120 Seconds in the past, I've also ripped my friends when I didn't enjoy their albums. I would say that Claas's progression was, Anarchaic, Celebrity Death, and even what was the one before Anarchaic, Almost Classic.
Almost
yeah,
Classic.
Right, and then the mixtape, right? That was after that.
Yeah, after the mixtape was Good Morning.
Right. So
yeah.
I would say that for the most part, you were kind of on a similar path or sound kind of early, and for a good stretch of time.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the Tunnel Runners track.
Yeah.
Where you kind of sped up your flow occasionally.
Branch out.
Right?
Something different.
Correct. And I think that was kind of where the start was.
Yeah.
To turn into what is now Claas as on FBFU, on This Is Revenge as part of UGA.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that it was really kind of a slow development.
Yeah, it took a minute. I took the long route.
Right, but you're peaking at a crazy time when you consider your whole body of work. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm peaking later than earlier. I think it took me a long fucking time to figure out kind of who I wanted to be overall. And then whenever I figured out who I wanted to be overall, I think I learned that, that the consistency of me learning and being different over and over, never really being the same person on every album.
Okay.
It's kind of like what I like to do. So, there's elements on every CD that show you that there's constantly a progression. I'm constantly trying different things, whether it's rock or normal or rap or horror or the shit I just put out, the emotional, just I feel like I'm ever evolving.
Okay.
I don't ever want to be just one person that does one style all the time.
Right, I got you. All right, we'll shift gears a little bit to UGA, Underground Avengers. I'm just gonna read. Was that indeed the final album? I mean, is that kind of it for that project?
I mean, yes, but then who knows?
Okay, those that don't know, I'm talking about the UGA album Oblivion, which was put out on Mob Style. When was that?
Just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
If you got the regular one, then yes, it's the final album. If you're part of, Buckshot's Inner Skull,
correct,
then there's an entirely different version of the end with a whole different skit that kind of you know what I mean?
Correct.
So it kind of makes you feel like, well, maybe it's not the end.
Which is more missing than dead, right? It's kind of the...
Which is what, essentially we wanted to do.
Okay.
it might be the final one, but there's really no point never saying that it is legitimately going to be the final album. Like, we could always pop up with random singles or something. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right. And like with like the Halloween, when you kind of just did like the Halloween.
Yeah,
EP,
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, just random stuff. Even the the one we did not too long ago that was just like 4 or 5 songs. Right before Oblivion, maybe like a year or so.
Yeah, the Halloween one, right?
Was it that?
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
which was like 5 or 6 UGA songs and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever want to say it's like the end,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see. Like,
Right.
I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
if it is, it is.
Right.
You know, what we did was pretty fucking cool. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, if it isn't, then fucking
Right.
go to.
Right, and then again, I'm sure that there's working relationships with Buck and Blue Dots, kind of no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. All right. Now let's talk. And I'm going on a tangent here. We'll get there, but let's talk working with Zitro on Carnivores. So first, I'll just start with how did that come about?
So I had put out there at one point that like I was kind of looking to do more group shit,
Right.
and, you know, because I was kind of over, you know, solo stuff. I think I just, you know, I was pretty done and removed from This Is Revenge, which was, you know, probably the most taxing album I've ever done. You know, I mean, a portion of that is just because of COVID and, you know, restrictions and not being able to record, and so it was an album that took almost 3 years to make. So I was kind of wanting to do other stuff, and Andy, you know, Sherman, Sherman hit me up and was like, "Hey, what do you think about doing one with Zitro?" And I was like, "Bet, yeah, like 100%. Like, you know, that dude's talented as fuck."
Right.
And yeah, so we linked up, and I mean, and like literally, he provided all the beats, and you know, aside from a couple songs, you know, like he put hooks on shit,
Concepts and stuff. Right?
yeah,
Right.
and you know, it was an easy record to make, and you know, it ended up coming out really, really dope. Like, I feel like it's a really, you know, probably an underrated record. It came out at a weird time.
No, I
You know, but
agreed.
It's a solid record.
Right.
You know, for the 6 songs it is.
Is there more coming from you two? I mean, it's not like it's in the works. It's just,
there's nothing in the works right now.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that, you know, we won't eventually do something.
Right. Right. So actually, last time you and I were together in Detroit around Halloween, you had expressed to me at that time about how you'd like to focus on group shit kind of moving forward. So I felt like that now is a fitting time to ask about Full Scale Riot with McNasty.
Yeah.
Is that something that might be in the future?
I would fucking love to.
McNasty.
Chris Nasty, yeah. I'm talking directly fucking to you.
Also, so am I.
Like,
All
no,
right,
we...
Because seriously though, Attention Please might have been the overlooked hit of 2002.
Yeah. So I put together a record.
Oh, you gonna go here?
Yeah, I'm going, yeah. Chris. I had hit up Christopher McNasty, who, by all means, I fucking love. Like honestly, if that dude doesn't come to my aid, then what you guys have now never happened.
No, right.
Like,
Yeah, right.
hands down, the entire reason I'm able to be who I am today is because of that guy, because of fucking McNasty taking the fucking time to, you know, allow me to record at his place.
And teach you how to do it, right?
Teach me how to do it.
Yeah.
Show me how to do shows. Like, all of that was amazingly that fucking guy, you know, taking a young fucking kid who knew nothing and you know, taking some time with me, which is incredible.
MKofwriters.com.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I had put together fucking records, 9 of them, for a Full Scale Riot album. And we were totally in on it. He was in on it. Like, it would have been fucking dope. And then he just got busy to a point where he didn't have the time to do it. And so all the tracks just essentially got shelved. but I would still love to do that.
Okay.
Just like I'd love to do Breach of Peace.
What's that? Are you reading my shit over here?
No, I'm not, but I knew you were going to ask about it. And there's one problem in that whole equation.
And his name is
and
Manda
it's
Lujan?
fucking Shy. Let me just put that Shy 361, Shy 1, Shy, Mondo. I don't give a fuck what you call him.
DJ Shy 1.
That's the one hindrance on us doing that. Which is fine. Like, I know he's got a lot going on and, you know, whatever. But yeah, so I mean,
if you're at home, Google McNasty and Google X Shy361X, aka Shy One, right now if you've never heard of them, because they're both incredibly fucking talented.
oh yeah, both of them are.
All right, how about Violence with Hex?
I mean, Hex is retired, so I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
as far as it goes, the very last song we did was the one on his last album with Old Boy from City Morgue.
All right.
And I mean, that's really it. I mean, he's said that, you know, he's retired, and I mean, so that kind of retires Violence.
Yep. All right. So anything in the works that I don't know about, because that's possible. On the group front.
On the group front,
Yeah.
there might be a new MBK.
Yeah. Actually, I had an interview with B Sinister earlier, and he did talk about it.
So we have been talking about that, which I'm good with.
What does he say? What is it? Circles of Satan, or
yeah, something like
Sons
that.
of Satan. Yeah.
So there might be a new Natural Born Killers album on the way, which would be sick.
All right.
But then that's it.
Yeah. All right. And then we'll get your newest 3-song EP, focused on mental health. And it's fucking dark, man. And not to personally get into what you're going through, because we're not going to do that. But can you kind of elaborate a little bit on maybe just like the motivation, and really like, has it helped? Did it help?
Yeah.
And then do you feel that that's maybe something that somebody else could check out if they're in that position?
Yeah. No, 100%. So the album essentially was songs that I wrote while I was in the midst of everything that I was dealing with, like my own issues, which came with everything as far as, you know, mental health goes, just not feeling adequate, not feeling good enough, not being happy, feeling like what's the point, you know, like just all kinds of shit like that. That's where those songs came from, and I mean, obviously one of them is just essentially for my mom, which is, you know, the biggest thing I've had to deal with in my life. And so I had written them, you know, prior, maybe 3 months or so, even, you know, 3-4 months before deciding to record them.
Okay.
And then I decided to just go ahead and record them because, you know, they were, you know, I felt like they were good songs, and then I felt like, you know, overall they can, you know, there's bound to be somebody who that shit hits home with, and essentially may help them in some form or fashion.
Right.
You know, whether it's their story or my story, it's still something that, you know, it's like a breath of relief, like just feeling like that, like I can get this shit off of my shoulders. I don't have to just fucking sit here and
work through it, work past it.
Yeah. I don't have to just sit here and deal with it. Like I can, you know, reach out to people, which I tell people all the time, even outside of music with the mental health shit. I tell people all the time, like, you know, reach out. You never know who's gonna be there to fucking be like, yeah, you know, cool, or, you know, vice versa. You know, who's going through the same shit could just really use a fucking friend. But yeah, so I made the songs, and they are, you know, dark.
Yeah.
But it's for a purpose.
No,
I
know.
And you know, the whole thing is, you know, one song is me completely in my head. You know, one song is me kind of talking to myself inside my head and the shit that I'm dealing with, and then the very last song is just me kind of getting through the, you know, what I consider my biggest tragedy, you know, to date as a human being. So.
Okay. All right. So I know that a little dark and somber there at the end, but I felt it was important to touch on because I love my friend Nick, and I wanted to talk about it. So, what is next for Claas?
Shit, I'm still finishing up an album for LSB, another LSB album. I'm like 12 songs into it.
That's solo? That's solo,
yeah.
okay.
I just need to get a couple of collabs back and then finalize the album. I'm working on 3 separate EPs for Halloween. One produced by Stir Crazy, one produced by Shy one produced by fucking Brett. What I just go blank on Brett's shit.
Godson?
Godson, there we go.
Yeah.
One produced by Godson.
Yeah.
One of them is completely focused on Terrifier. One is Billy from Saw, and one is fucking Trick or Treat. So they're all
Max or whatever, right? Is that,
fucking Sam.
Sam, yeah, not Max.
So yeah, they all have like I've got like images for T-shirts where I'm each character.
Yeah.
Like it's already done. Like I just gotta record the fucking albums, but yeah, we're gonna do something pretty crazy for Halloween.
Awesome.
And then other than that, I mean that's really it. I mean right now, unless fucking Chris or Shy want to get off their shit and want to do an album.
Hex on retires.
Or Hex on retires, or we do fucking MBK with the 13 members we have.
38 members.
Yeah, there's like 67 members of it. MBK.
You guys are running out of serial killers to steal.
Yeah, we're just making them up as it goes now. Yeah, this is Johnny Johnson Walker. Yeah, no.
All right, man. I always just kind of leave space at the end for plugs or whatever.
Yeah.
Plug your MySpace or your...
Yeah, like fucking Scotty over here. Look at him. How bored he is in this interview.
Not bored. It's 3 in the morning, bro.
Man.
It
It's 3:30 in the fucking morning. They were like, "Hey, let's interview Claas." After drinking and eating.
To be clear, it was not they. It was Stockwell.
Yeah.
Said let's interview Claas, and I stopped drinking like 2 hours ago, so I'm good.
Shit, I was still drinking up to the point I walked in here and ate those fucking tacos.
All right, shout out to Scum and Lynch for the Viagra.
Yes.
And, all right, for real. Gathering of Juggalos 2024. Sit down with Claas, and as always, thanks for checking these out, everybody. Until next time.
They gon' love us for life.
Whoop.
Yeah, I don't go there.
Right.
I don't fuck with them anymore. I used to like them, but I don't fuck with them.